Ever since Minecraft's inception, the mobs featured in the game have almost become as impactful in pop culture as the video game itself has. Mobs like creepers, skeletons, endermen, and more can be found in many forms of entertainment, usually as a direct reference to the game itself. Heck, even Herobrine got massive, and he never actually made it into Minecraft itself. In this video, we're going to touch on a few things. 1. Minecraft's original and removed mobs, and 2. The story of Steve and humans. And honestly, their origins are kinda shocking. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So getting started, did you know that villagers actually were not the first humanoid mobs in Minecraft? During the game's in-dev phases, 4 characters were introduced and used as the original human mobs as a test. Steve, Black Steve, Rana, and Beast Boy were all implemented into the game at that time. As you can very obviously tell, these characters are nothing like what we have today by any standard. Albeit their designs are blocky in nature, they still heavily drift away from the almost flat, cardboard feel from our current day Minecraft mobs. Originally designed by Hayden Scott Barron, otherwise known as Doc, of video game publishing and design fame, these characters never fully made it into Minecraft. While they appeared in versions like InDev 0.30_03 and only a short while onwards, they were pretty simple in their design. Because of an issue with the models not loading the animations of the characters, they simply glided around in one pose. Each character was more or less a carbon copy of one another, only with a different design for each of them. Steve and Black Steve were blatant recolors of one another. Rana was designed for one of Doc's own projects, and Beast Boy was designed to look like the DC character from the comic book and television show Teen Titans. Each character had 5 hearts of health and dropped string, feathers, gunpowder, or a flint and steel, aside from Rana, who dropped an apple or a rose. A short time after the characters were introduced, Doc left Mojang due to work-related issues, and with that, the characters he created did too. The reason for his leaving was because anything that he animated had trouble loading into the game, as evidenced by the gliding animations. With repeated problems getting Minecraft to work with the animations, Notch decided to go ahead with his own design. After removing the original Steve, Black Steve, Rana, and Beast Boy from the game, Notch re-added the human back into Minecraft and began working out the kinks of his old character design. Before initially making Minecraft, Notch created many other video games, and because of this, he had a few character models lying around from the past. Needless to say, the human, and what would later be known as Steve, was one of those models. Originally, the human was used in a GTA Chinatown Wars and Left 4K Dead inspired game known as Zombie Town. Being added extremely early into development and then being replaced by Doc's mobs, the human was looking like it was never going to see the light of day. When Doc left Mojang, Notch added human back into the game and started doing more and more testing with the mob. In version RD160052, humans could be spawned with the snap of a finger. In the beginning, humans were kinda dumb. In pre-classic, they consistently moved around and had almost no real AI whatsoever. In Classic, the character's model was used for other players in multiplayer mode. In InfDev, 2 versions of humans known as Mob and Monster existed. Mob had 0 AI and couldn't move, while Monster was hostile and would attack the player, similar to how zombies do now. Neither of these mobs could be spawned in legitimately at all. When Beta 1.2 was released, the mob save game ID was removed from the game, and in the official release 1.8, the leftover AI from human was removed from the game entirely. Right now, the only remnants of the human mob is Steve, the very character we know and play as today. While they're 2 different entities entirely, the human mob and the player certainly have a lot in common, primarily within the design itself. It's also neat that all these years later, we still refer to these characters as Steve, just like Doc's original character name. It's also neat that since the official release 1.8 came out, players have also had the ability to use another character model named Alex, where the only difference difference between Steve and Alex is the character skin itself, and that Alex's arms are 1 pixel length shorter than Steve's. Fun fact about Alex is that its default skin is actually based off of Jens, Minecraft's lead coder. If you take a close look at the character's long orange hair, the similarities become quite clear. Steve's story is certainly an old one, so it's interesting to see where he comes from and where he's going. So, what do you guys have to add? Did you know the humans' origins? Did you know about Steve, Black Steve, Rana, and Beast Boy? Which of these 4 characters are your favorite? Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyways guys, that just about does it for me for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself and Michael McChill, who co-wrote and edited this video, the channel, and the video quite a lot. But anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.